Whoa, Ripple made some really exciting announcements yesterday about their efforts to get everything tokenized. Additionally, Hedera Hashgraph, or HBAR, another distributed ledger that we adore, has a strong relationship to this one. In this video, ladies and gentlemen, that is what we will be discussing. I get the strong impression that Ripple is either in a partnership or is looking to partner. They already have a partnership with Hedera Hashgraph, which is, in our opinion, among the best positioned distributed ledgers to be the one to tokenize things. BlackRock's ICE's money market fund is currently being tokenized by Hedera via XRP, with whom Ripple has announced a partnership. Additionally, we see companies like Aberdeen, the biggest fund in the UK, which is currently tokenizing through XRP and is utilizing Hedera for all of this. And once more, Ripple and XRP collaborated just yesterday. Thus, we will cover everything in this video. This one is thrilling and should not be missed. And please think about subscribing if you haven't already. As we progress through this video, a like and a remark are always greatly welcomed. Now let's get started with the video without further ado. Let's begin by making the announcement itself. We will also be visiting the source of the problem. Brad Garlinghouse is going to be the subject of our examination. Extremely happy about this collaboration between XRP and Ripple. Financial institutions are using regulated companies like XRP to tokenize more and more of their physical assets on layer 1 platforms like XRPL. And in the future, I only see this growing at an exponential rate. Now let's discuss Ripple's actual announcement. I recently announced XRPL Apex and L Apex, an event that is now happening. It's interesting to note that I believe XRP's CEO spoke at the event. He used to be a huge supporter of the real XRP asset. Original estimates, but the entire market, everything that has ever existed, is 1.4 quadrillion. Furthermore, you'll notice that every one of those asset types is already beginning to move on chain. And when it comes to replacing cash, I see DTCC, Euroclear, and Clearstream as examples of how easily people can become interested in money market funds, tokenized treasuries, and similar instruments. It only takes one of them to switch to natively digital. And that's trillions of assets on its own that move to tens of trillions. So I think we could see that happen. Remember that it is 1.4 quadrillion. This remains a small portion of a massive market, 30 to 50 trillion, all trading on XRP, all on XRPL. Let's see, $50 trillion. Ripple Twitter will repeat the session in 2 years. That is for a different video altogether. Thus, over the course of the next year, Ripple and XRP want to broaden their collaboration in order to add hundreds of millions of dollars worth of tokenized real-world assets, or RWA for short, to the XRP ledger. With this action, the XRPL is now unquestionably a top blockchain for tokenizing real-world assets. It isn't going to be a single blockchain that tokenizes everything as we are doing now, and we'll introduce Hedera in a moment. There will be many, and in fact, how to connect this industry is a problem that companies like Chainlink are resolving with SCCIP. In what way is it made more fluid? Additionally, I believe that Hedera and XRP will collaborate to tokenize everything, and that they will ultimately be successful. For this reason, XRP collaborates with top financial institutions to facilitate the tokenization of physical assets such as Hedera. These institutions will have the opportunity to tokenize their assets by using XRP's L as a result of this extended engagement. The next significant adoption phase in our sector, where blockchain technologies will provide significant, widespread benefits in financial markets, is just getting underway. Right now, XRP is really active acquiring custodial services. With the addition of Medico and Standard Chartered, Ripple has now made 2 significant acquisitions in a single year. Jack McDonald is also warmly welcomed. I'm happy to have Jack join the Ripple team because he is familiar with the XRP ecosystem. Additionally, I believe he served as Standard Chartered's prior CEO. Indeed, he is the CEO of Standard Custody LC, I apologize, not Standard Chartered. Thus, Ripple is targeting the custodial industry. This is from Medico, as you can see, and it states that market participants need custody in order to gain access to these asset classes and the larger token economy, given the expanding scope and significance of digital assets, which range from stable coins and CBDCs to tokenized real-world assets, or RWAs like stocks, bonds, commodities, real estate, and more. Custody is the route if digital assets are the car. That clears the path and makes it possible for the sector to go from point A to point B. Thus, something is happening. Not only are they fostering, but they also aim to serve as a sort of bridge asset between actual world assets and currencies. Additionally, they want to participate in the tokenization process, and they're doing it in two different ways. One is through XRPL, and the other is through the acquisition of businesses that will be able to custody these real-world assets on a global basis in addition to being registered to do so. Thus, it's rather fascinating. Since some of you may be wondering, let's talk about the Hedera link now. In actuality, XRPL is a rival to Hedera's tokenization service. True enough, but there's space for two. And as we'll see in a moment, before we officially present this, Ripple and Hedera have already worked together on the DREC Alliance, which is led by Swirlds Lab, who are, of course, the kind of Hedera founders and members of the governing council. And now Ripple and Archax are collaborating, and Hedera is actively used by Archax. Part of the key is Hedera. Now let's hear directly from Archax CEO and co-founder Graham Rodford. According to him, the potential of digital assets for institutional investments is being unlocked by our regulated global exchange and custodial environment. And because of Hedera's dedication to reliability, security, and efficiency, they have played a significant role in our infrastructure. Thus, Hedera is used by Archax. They don't, I believe, use it solely, but Hedera is a major partner via DLA Piper, a member of the Hedera Governing Council, the HBAR Foundation, and Hedera itself. I'm here to demonstrate that for you. Though they are the biggest organizations in the world, people frequently forget what the members of Hedera's ruling council look like. As you can see, Archax was able to become the first FCA-regulated digital securities exchange thanks to the collaboration between DLA Piper, one of the biggest law and accounting companies in the world, and the company. Thus, there are numerous Hedera-related crossovers here. I believe it's reasonable for folks to say that Hedera and XRPL will undoubtedly compete with one another. They will likely be collaborators as well as competitors in some capacity. And the collaboration between Hedera and Ripple has already been witnessed. Now, Ripple is partnering with Archax, an exchange that is the first in the UK to be approved by the FCA. Archax is tokenizing billions of dollars worth of money for clients, including BlackRock, the biggest hedge fund in the US. They already tokenized their funds, so the partnership isn't directly with BlackRock, but they do have a direct partnership with Aberdeen, which is also a member of the Hedera Governing Council. I'll show you that as well. Aberdeen is the biggest type of fund available, as anyone living in the UK will attest to. Naturally, Aberdeen collaborates closely with Archax as well. Thus, many parallels exist here. What is ahead, I wonder? Hedera, of course, and XRP, in my opinion, are both in a great position to lead and contribute significantly to this current digital revolution. And the core component of it is distributed ledger. Not only are we optimistic about these two blockchains, but also about a slew of other blockchains, or in Hedera's case, distributed ledgers. But these two stand out above the others. In my opinion, there's a larger goal for XRP. Yes, holding it stinks, but I believe the moment will come. Of course, Hedera hasn't actually seen anything yet.